So our instructional goals during school closure remain the same, that every student is able to continue to grow in their reading fluency and math problem solving in a way that is feasible for each family and educator. And that meets our expectations for excellence in dyslexia education. So we know every family is in a different situation with different work requirements and childcare situations. So we really understand that. We're trying to accommodate that in the types of assignments that your child is being provided and the ease of access that they are getting those assignments to them. So today we hope to be able to share our platforms. So you guys know what is Seesaw, what is Google Classroom. You guys are probably familiar with Zoom at this point. And then usage. How and when will your child receive assignments? How will they submit assignments? And what does the content look like? And the timeline for each of those platforms. When can you expect them to be live? And when can you expect further communication? So we have, we'll first go through Seesaw, and Seesaw will be for all students who have reading class in 1st through 5th grade and math 1st through 8th grade. So if your child is in 1st through 5th grade, that's the only platform that they will log into to access their assignments. If you have a child in 6th through 8th grade, they will log on to Google Classroom as they already have been to complete their reading and writing assignments. Zoom will be available for all reading and math groups every week to consult with the teacher. And finally, we'll review a timeline for implementing these pieces as we shared with you in the past. So Seesaw is the first piece that we'll look at. And you can see, you'll see this is the little graphic for that company. They have two different apps on the App Store, one that says family and one that says class. You're going to want to download the class app. And again, this is for reading grades 1 through 5 and math grades 1 through 8. So what is Seesaw? It is an interactive platform where students can demonstrate their learning through multiple response methods. They can record themselves speaking. They can use a type text feature. They can draw or use a highlighter or marker to write an answer, or a pencil to write an answer. They can take videos, take pictures, and they can edit those pictures once they've taken them. So they may take a picture of something, and on top of that picture, write on it, or they could do a voice recording over the picture. So we're really excited about this, especially for some of our younger kids who may have more difficulty with writing out responses. They can write them and say them. And then for math, we're really glad that we're able to offer something where kids can write on top of an assignment as if it was paper, since it would be difficult for us to get paper to every family, paper-based assignments to every family. So you can access it from any device. You can use it on a mobile device, a tablet, an iPad, or a computer. And so this is what the icon looks like when you go to the App Store. And this is what it looks like when you go to the website. So again, you can access it on a device or on a laptop or stationary computer. When you download the app or when you go to the website, you're going to be asked to select one of these features, and you're going to select I am a student. In your Parent Square portal, you should have received a Seesaw class code for your child, and you'll put that code right in here, text code, and go. And again, every student in the school should have received that code. So there is a special section in Parent Square, and Elise has sent out directions for how to get there, called Student Notices. So Student Notices, if you log on to Parent Square, open the app, in the bottom right-hand corner, you should see 3 little dots. When you click on that, there should be a section you can go to get to Student Notices. And this is where it's gonna host, Student Notices hosts any student ID specific information. So their access to Parent Square, to Reading A to Z, which is a huge resource of books that kids can read and have read to them. And it's also where we'll be sending third quarter report cards to you. If you cannot locate the code, ParentSquare is giving you a headache with finding student notices, you can message your child's teacher. They can get the code to you, or you can just send us a message and we'll help you navigate ParentSquare. And once you log in, your child's math and reading classes will be in one location. So you'll be able to toggle between the two classes and review the assignments and submit assignments. So when you log in, you're going to see a set of activities on the left-hand side and a dashboard on the right-hand side. So I've used Ms. Cosper's account as she's already prepped some items. You can see that they're scheduled for the week after spring break. And you'll see that there's a journal, an activities, and an inbox for your child. Activities is where you will click to get the list of assignments that are prepared. And the list of assignments doesn't go away. So that's a really nice feature. Your child can work on the assignments as they have time or as you have time to help them. You can work it into your schedule. And it will always have a set of directions. It is also a tool where the teacher will be able to video themselves. And at the beginning of each week, they'll post a little video that discusses the concepts of the week, maybe a little lesson demonstration just to show the child what they'll be working on for the week. So when the assignments are posted, you will select, or your child will select, add response. When you select add response, the activity will come up on the screen, or it might be a blank piece of paper that your child has to put the response into. So over on the left-hand side are a set of features for manipulating the text. You can hit T and type in answers. You can hit the microphone and record answers. You can take a picture. You can add pages to your submission over here. And then in the bottom are features particular to each assignment. Some assignments might allow you to drag and drop. Some assignments you may want to complete in pencil, marker, all of those fun things that kids love to play around with. Once they've completed the assignment, they will select the checkbox, which is the submit box. So you can see that for each fraction, the directions were to read the fraction and color in the fraction tiles. And then part of the assignment was also that you would select record and read the fractions out loud and discuss why you chose to shade them in the way that you chose to shade them in. So once you've done all those pieces and you've hit submit, your assignment is now submitted. So again, the interactive features include drag and drop, where you insert an answer that's already prepared for you, voice recording, video recording, taking a picture of your work, typing in notes. There's a way you can add a whole notes section to your responses. Draw, you can illustrate, connect concepts, you can take a picture and create a diagram. So it's got a lot of interactive features that we are looking forward to exploring in our lessons. So you can expect Seesaw assignments to begin posting April 20th. Again, we know that everyone is in a different situation and that situation can change at any moment. So please complete them at your pace. And if you discover something, your child discovers something interesting they want to share with their teacher, they can create additional submissions in the journal feature, that little icon that looked like a book. And it doesn't require that the teacher has assigned anything. You can just submit extra work to that section. So I know some families may be wanting more work while other families struggle to keep up with the amount provided. If you need more work, I very much encourage you to reach out to the child's teacher. Feel free to include me on the communication, or our vice principal, Mr. Baque, and we'll help get you set up with additional items. And again, those can be submitted in Seesaw. So Google Classroom, this section will be devoted to our 6th through 8th grade parents, and specifically for their reading and writing class. So Google Classroom allows students to submit assignments and join in class discussions in written form. It allows teachers to create one assignment that they push out to all students, and the students get that replication in their inbox, much like Seesaw, and they work through most everything in the Google Suite. So Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, all of those pieces. And we'll take a little tour. Just like Seesaw, you can access it from any device. And if you go to the web, again, classroom.google.com, and the little graphic looks a little different. So how would your child log into Google Classroom? So they would open the app, or they would go to that website and click this plus button right here and select join a class. And then this little text box will open up, and you will again enter the class code and join. And this code is different than the Seesaw code. So if you do not have the code, or your child cannot locate the code, please send your child's teacher a message in Parent Square so that you can get the code. To access assignments, it's a really streamlined system. So there's a stream, a classwork, and a people tab up at the top, and your child would select classwork. And this is a fake account that I created to demonstrate this. So you would see multiple assignments, but we're gonna pretend like this has multiple assignments and go ahead and click on this assignment here. And again, we're being flexible with due dates. We wanna provide you guys with enough resources to continue to make progress in reading and writing. We also don't wanna overwhelm you. So when you click on the assignment details will appear. So here's directions, and the teacher has created a document, a Google Doc, for the particular assignment. So directions, you would click on the particular assignment here and complete the assignment. If you had questions for the teacher, you can submit them privately here. And there's also features in Google Classroom where the class can communicate with each other through a comments or discussion thread. So I would click on this assignment, and the assignment would come up as a Google Doc. Apologies for this yellow line here. I'm not sure how I magically did that, but so the assignment would come up, and I would be able to submit my response. I didn't get that. Could you try again? Siri is going crazy. So I would type in my response here, and a great feature on pretty much every device these days is a text-to-speech feature. So your child should be able to put the cursor where they want to begin, and if they're having difficulty or they need more support than you're able to provide them with their writing, they can speak into the device or the computer, and it'll scribe for them. Then they can go back and edit. There's also really great features, again, on pretty much every device, where you can highlight text and have it read it to you. And we'll be doing some additional little webinars or info sessions to help you guys with that, if that is something y'all would like. So we really very much encourage kids to use that, especially in 6th through 8th grade. So when you're finished with your assignment, you can hit turn in. You'll have to go back to this page, to the Google Classroom page, and hit turn in. You don't have to reattach it. It's already attached to the assignment. That particular assignment, particular to your child, is already there. So you would select turn in, and you will have completed your assignment submission. So most of our 6th through 8th graders, one, they know how to use this. They've been using this either since 5th grade or since 6th grade. And so they have already started. Again, we want students to complete them at their own pace, or at the pace that you can support your child. But if you need additional work or materials, please send a message to your child's teacher. Zoom. Many of you are familiar with Zoom. We're on Zoom right now, and this will be for all reading and math groups. Again, you can access it from any device. And to log in to Zoom, your child does not need an individual profile for Zoom. They can just join a meeting, and the meeting ID would be provided by your child's teacher, and there will be a password. So the password is there and is required for all meetings with students for security. And also an adult should supervise each session. So we are offering, teachers will be offering 2 sessions a week. You can look at that. Starting April 27th, many have already started, and we've encouraged them to already start. We just want to make sure we're having a successful launch with Seesaw and the other pieces. And you can expect that reading groups would be scheduled Mondays and or Wednesdays, and math to be scheduled Tuesdays and or Thursdays to help minimize scheduling conflicts between classes. And what does our timeline look like? So once again, we are the return to school, and what that looks like procedure-wise really is going to be based on recommendations from the CDC and local health agencies. So at this time, we don't know what that means. The governor today said that he expects to make an announcement tomorrow about closing schools for the rest of the year. And with that, we'll have additional announcements for you guys. Our goal is to get kids back in their seats as soon as it's safe and possible to do that. But again, what the school day looks like very possibly, could look different based on what we need to do to make sure there's minimal interactions between grade levels and that type of thing. We don't know exactly what that looks like yet, but we will be keeping you guys up to date on all of our plans as soon as we make those decisions. So for the month of April, we'll continue distance learning. We'll complete device distribution. So we were able to distribute the Dell laptops to our 6th through 8th grade families that needed them. And we have new Chromebooks coming in for those that needed them in 1st through 5th grade. And as I mentioned before, we'll be doing sessions about supporting your dyslexic child's learning, whether that's helping them with writing, reading, finding great resources online, or how to really just bring it all together. May and June, again, these pieces are up in the air. But regardless of when the school year officially ends, when we're back in session, we'll make sure that your child has resources to continue reading and math, and that we're supporting you in what you need within those lessons. And again, you can expect continued communication with us regarding school closures and support with distance learning. So that brings us to our conclusion. We have this broad plan for everyone, but as families are reaching out, as educators are reaching out, we are working on an individual level to meet each family's need, and we are committed to doing so for the rest of the duration of school closure. So please reach out if you have questions. Our phone number is here. It is still the same. Laura Willis is checking voicemails, and for a portion of each day, her phone is live to receive LKA phone calls as well. So we are here, and we very much intend to stay in touch with you guys and want you guys to stay in